Hello everybody, my name is Lauren. Thank you very much for coming, especially you guys, because I know we probably interrupted you, but thank you for staying. I'm gonna be giving you guys some information on how you can interpret nonverbal signals from people. So you probably were able to see kind of like what I did with you guys. Like the way I introduced myself with you guys was like smile, introduction with what I needed you for. Now, if you were to take the words out of it, hopefully the impression that I gave you was good. And so I'll tell you guys a little bit of the different facial expressions that you can watch for within interactions with people, and kind of what they mean generally. Okay, so preview of what we'll go over is what nonverbal communication is, the channel of nonverbal communication, because there is channels of communication that include verbal words and body language and all that stuff. So facial expressions have something called facial management techniques. So I'll go over that with you guys. Different facial expressions and what they mean, and eye contact and what they mean, and the different kind of eye expressions that you get from people. So body language is, you know, facial expressions, postures, gestures, things like that. Facial management techniques, something that I do a lot is masking. So you could notice that in your personal lives also. It's like where if you have a certain emotion but you don't want the person you're interacting with to pick up on it, so you kind of mask it. Say you're like upset, but you put on a smile anyway. So you get, you know, you don't want someone to see you're upset, so you mask it. Intensifying and de-intensifying. This goes hand in hand with verbal communication, so the things that you portray as your expressions intensify your words. So if you were to say that you're like really mad and you just got this really grumpy face and your hands are flying all over the place, then you know it's intensifying your words. And then neutralizing. So when you know you're just doing a regular conversation and your expressions are neutral. So continuing. So nonverbal communication, facial expressions, body language, and gestures that do not involve speech. So it's completely silent. And it can account for 93% of all your communication. So it plays a very big part in first impressions. So the way you approach someone and the way you present yourself to them makes a big part of how somebody will see you. So if you come off creepy, you're doing something wrong. And expressions and gestures and stuff are also used as substitutes for words. So, you know, if head nods are a thing, you know, people say okay, it's like yeah. And different things like that. Now, facial expressions have three parts. So your eyebrows, your eyes, and your mouth. Your eyebrows have a lot to do with facial expression, like I see you. Okay, so tensed eyebrows could mean that you're annoyed or upset. It could also mean like what you did, being kind of confused maybe. Raised is surprised, could also be confused. And relaxed is a relaxed and neutral state. So now your eyes, if somebody is giving you direct eye contact, usually it's a good thing, which I'll go over later. But if you're speaking with someone and they're looking down, or they're not really looking directly at you, it could mean that they're feeling a bit guilty or submissive. But there's other ways that they could be looking, like looking up. Usually if you're talking with somebody, it could mean that they're thinking, like how I'm kind of doing. And then shiftiness could indicate lying. So if somebody's looking at you and you're trying to press them for answers, and they I don't know, they're thinking about it and they're looking for answers, but there's no answers on the walls and stuff. Sideways looking is usually distracted, or if you're speaking with somebody and it's a kind of annoying topic for them, they'll probably use the sideways glance as an annoying thing. Like facial expressions of the mouth, basic ones are smiling and frowning. So smiling is usually a good thing, frowning not so much. Facial expressions are important indicators of feelings and emotions. They're easy to read because they're universal, or they don't need words. So the good thing about this is that you don't have to speak a different language to show somebody how you could be feeling. And like I said, they're very crucial for first impressions. So they're used in ways to indicate what you're up to. Smiling, happy face. So happiness, obviously, and friendliness could be used to indicate that the person is nervous also. So if somebody is smiling in a kind of intense situation, it could be because they're nervous. And then anger, so mad face. Tensed eyebrows and a frown, so mad, frustration, irritation, annoyance, emotions like this. Sad, so frown, sad eyes, they might be looking down, and they might just not want to talk about anything. So sadness, disappointment, other things to do with feeling sad. And surprise, so raised eyebrows and wide eyes. So that the face you get when you surprise somebody, obviously, is like, whoa. So astonishment, shock, sudden events, and things like that. Eye contact. So when somebody gives you eye contact, it's in our culture it's good. So it means that they're attentive and they're wanting to know about what you're saying. But in other cultures, it is actually deemed disrespectful or intrusive, like in Asian cultures. And then also in other cultures, looking down is also a sign of respect. So just add that in. So looking down is not always bad. Depending on what culture you're in, it could be respectful. So, wide eyes and expressions. So wide eyes, narrow eyes, being with our pictures that I just showed you. So surprise, fear, narrow eyes are upset. So here's some pictures. The short glances and looking down could indicate the nervousness or the signs of respect. And the happy eyes, I don't know what to call it, but I don't want to say squinting because I don't want to sound racist. But, like the happy eyes that you get when you smile. So that's that. Pictures of that. And this is the review of what we've gone over. So body language, that is not just part of your face. It's your whole face, your whole body, everything that you use to communicate. Eye contact and facial expressions, along with your body posture and your gestures, complete your entire message that you send. So if you send somebody a message that has mixed signals, that if your gestures or your body language doesn't match up with what your mouth and your face is saying, they might be suspicious of what you have to say. So, yeah, that's all I have. And these are my sources. And that's the end of my speech. Thank you everyone for staying and participating. Let me just close this.
Is this for like you guys' project or something?